ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। श्रीवेदव्यासवैशम्पायनयाज्ञवल्क्याद्य शंकरादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। We do the Parayanam of 7th mantra, Anna Brahma Upasana of the Bhruguvalli, 3rd Valli of our Taittiriya Upanishad. Om Ata Shri Shrutimato Parabrahmana Anugraha Dvarena Atishigrataya Parabrahmanubhava Siddhyartham Krishna Yajurveda Antargata Taittiriya Upanishadaha Bhasha Sameta अध्ययनं पारायणं च वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम अथ तृतीया भृगुवल्ली पारायणम्। ओम अन्नं न निन्द्यात् तद्व्रतं प्राणो वा अन्नं शरीरमन्नादं प्राणे शरीरं प्रतिष्ठितं शरीरे प्राणः प्रतिष्ठितः तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतितिष्ठति। अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या अन्नं न परिचक्षीत तद्व्रतम् आपो वा अन्नं ज्योतिरन्नादम् अप्सु ज्योतिः प्रतिष्ठितं ज्योतिष्यापः प्रतिष्ठिताः तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतितिष्ठति। अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या अन्नं बहुकुर्वीत तद्व्रतं पृथिवी वा अन्नम् आकाशोन्नादः पृथिव्यामाकाश प्रतिष्ठितः आकाशे पृथिवी प्रतिष्ठिता तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतितिष्ठति। अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अद श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयारण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषत्। ओम यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। अत प्रथमा शिक्षा वल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवदो तद्वक्तारमवदो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः श्रीवरब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे वेदव्यासाय वैशम्पायनाय याज्ञवल्क्याय आद्यशङ्करेभ्यो शङ्कराचार्येभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. Having saluted the Shruti Mata, Parabrahma Tattva, all the rishis, munis, gurus, devatas, saints, sages of all the times, to bless us in this great pursuit of spirituality. Today's thought, before we take up study of our Upanishad, is so simple. Like in childhood, when we were told by the uncles, by the grandparents, by the parents, even the teachers, that beta ये जिंदगी में झूठ मत बोलना, सच बोलना. फिर बेटा कभी किसी को धोखा नहीं देना. और you see, unless you work hard, you won't succeed. And you have to respect the elders. And also, you must concern about others. These are the small little things we were taught in the childhood. So many like this. But now we have grown up to so much age. Have we developed those qualities and yielded the benefit of it, got the benefit of it? Those who developed, they got benefit. Those who have not developed, they did not get. So every child is told that age. But whoever have developed, they got the benefit. Did not develop, no benefit. Time passed on. We became old now. Without consciously understanding what are the meanings of those values told by them, nor therefore practicing, mastering them, they were not getting benefited by them. In each of those 20, 30 important values, we were told at least 4 or 5 of them, if we had consciously developed and mastered and made a habit, our inner and outer life would be much, much glorious, divine. थोड़ा थोड़ा सब किए होंगे, बट दिल जान लगाकर पूरा. In the childhood. In the same way, in the childhood of our spirituality, initial days only, for the higher spiritual sadhanas and emancipations, and also as a beginning also, we were given the qualification sadhanas. And what are they? The viveka, the vairagya, the niyantrana of the mana, niyantrana of the indriyas. And then having that atut shraddha in the Guru, Shastra and Bhagavan and ourselves and sadhana. And also that samadhanam, always trying to think about God. Then titiksha, burning desire for knowing truth. The question is, years are passing, and while these passing years are going on, we're also concluding study of one by one text. So the question remains, have we developed those childhood qualities, spiritual childhood qualities? And the problem in spirituality is what? How much ever number of classes we attend, books we study, without this basic important qualification, our spiritual study may happen, but growth will not happen. Therefore, once in a while studying only, once in a while doing all the understood sadhanas, internal, external, we have to pause and see in these most essential qualifications for spiritual evolution, how much of the growth I have achieved. Before, how much of growth I achieved in those qualities? First of all, do I know the meaning of them? Do I remember the meaning of them? Do I know the greatness, importance of them? Have I understood the need and necessity of them in my life, spiritual life? First of all, take each one of them. Viveka. Have you understood what Viveka and do we remember it? Have you understood the importance, greatness of it as well as necessity of it? If it has not been done, then never we will go spiritually. And if it is found that we have not done, nothing wrong in going back and getting that quality. And the spiritual growth, development, evolution, which we ourselves can experience, is seen in terms of development in these qualities. Consequently, our real doing sadhana, the higher sadhanas, contemplations, etc. Going deeply into the contemplation, piercing all the layers of misunderstandings and understanding truth as it is, and from that standpoint, knowing the entire world is imaginary, all these things will really be understood and mean something in our life's transformation only when we have done the earlier these qualifications, not otherwise. So, how much of the vairagya I got? As I am growing in my study, growing in my intellectual understanding about this, which will never yield anything. In the world, intellectual understanding is enough, and you do this and that, you get the result. स्पिरिचुअलिटी में बुद्धि ज्ञान किसी को भी मोक्ष नहीं दिया, अनुभव ही दिया ना. So to enter into the anubhav, these are the necessary qualifications. So once in a while, pause and look back. Did I get vairagya toward the things, toward the experiences, toward the people, towards all involvements in the world, towards this deha, towards in fact the entire world? Because that's a minimum qualification after which alone the mind is sufficiently calm, quiet, and concentrating, with which alone deeply we can inquire about the satya asatya, the real and unreal. नहीं तो नहीं होगा. Instead of developing that vairagya, or have we developed more and more raga dvesha, even now still we are in the jala, in the snare of those things. That means we have grown by age, not by spirituality. Why that? Because Viveka not done properly. No, these are the things, along with doing japa upasana, those things we do every day. But these inquiries and efforts to gain these qualities of Shamadamadi, Viveka, Vairagya also every day to be done. And they are the base, they are substrate, they are the pillars for the true transformation. Else, the Dehatadhatma Jiva only continues in me with all the study of Shastra and die one day again to be born only as the Dehatadhatma Jiva. Will not be any change. So once in a while we have to pause and see Vairagya. And Vairagya is inner, after Viveka. Knowing that the world is unreal, Paramatma is real, Paramatma is my goal, not the world. Therefore, consciously, deliberately choosing to keep away from the world, along with fulfilling our duties, is Vairag. That maturity, that Gambhirata. Has it come, or still we are hankering, especially behind the people? All that is said, Parasvabhava Karmani, na prashamset, na garhayet. That is the meaning of Vairagya. There said by Lord in Bhagavata, first sloka of 20th chapter, 11th skandha. In the same way, most important is how many of the karmendriyas we have understood and we reduced burdening them and we reduced becoming slave to them. We have to see. हमारी वाणी नियंत्रण में आ गया क्या वो सारे. So to how many of the Jnanendriyas we could control? Don't we see? Should not we see? Could I control my tongue both of speaking and also of eating? Still, I am, for the sake of this 1.5 inch tongue, not only wasting the time and life, but spoiling my entire health by eating that which is not required for the body. See, that means what? We are still at a very, very childhood level. Means we never tried to grow. If we tried, we grow. The age we need not do. Kala brings that change in us. We grow in age. Not only we, the animal, the plant, the tree, सारे समय के अनुसार बड़े होते रहते. Is it not? The modification of the body, old age. But these inner maturities of विवेक वगैरह वो अपने आप नहीं होते. On the other hand, as the age grows, the exposure grows, the independence grows, the money purchasing capacity grows, some achievements in the world. With that, ये मन इंद्रिया और भी बिगड़ जाते. वैराग्य की बात ही नहीं होता, दूर. विवेक का क्या कहते हैं, बंद ताला बंद ही रहता है. With age, these things should grow, will grow, is not a guarantee. But we have to see that we grow in them. Else, there's no meaning in living life. Same wretched things. इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? We have not respected the Shastras. We have not respected the knowledge given in the Shastra. We have not respected the sadhana. We have not valued the sadhaka in us. Maybe we have not even felt that we are sadhaka still. नहीं हो सकता है तो we have to rethink once in a while. Nothing wrong. We should not just in a blindfolded eyes like a horse. Should not go like that. इधर उधर उसका आंख बंद करते. No, देख सोचता रहना. In the same way, coming to the Shama called as Mana, are we happy with our own mind today? Honestly, if really happy, then genuine. Good, you have done well. But not happy means what? We have not matured ourselves in our mind also. Happy means the mind means the mind is calm and quiet and peaceful and it is freed in its maturity from all राग आदि द्वेष आदि सब निकल गए. हाँ, मन शांत है, मुस्कुराता है मन. And many days back the mind smiled, laughed, joyful. हमेशा खुश 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 गुर 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 बोलता ही रहता है मन. From the morning we get up till we sleep. There's no shanti. And without all this basic investment, the truth is not revealed of the Shastra, both intellectual understanding as well as meditational heights, then the experience. So, to the most important quality of titiksha did we develop, able to forego or forbear all the pairs of opposite that are happening. So too are we developing that undaunting Shraddha in. This is more important. Shraddha is not a blind faith, but it's a feeling. Ki the Shastra Jnanam, when I follow, gives me the mukti. Therefore, at any cost, I will not leave strengthening my Shastra Jnanam and I will not leave living according to it. For that, I am ready to sacrifice anything. That type of feeling is called Shraddha. Like the wife's Shraddha for husband. Yes, they are my parents, but now I'm married. Came here. He is my husband. They are my in-laws. Now, in my mind, single pointedly, I'll serve him and them only. That is called Shraddha. With that Shraddha and this house, I will improve, develop. My presence should add to the glory, beauty of that house. Really, if you see that Bahuvipshya Shraddha, within a month's time, पूरा घर संवार दे कौन सी चीज कहाँ रखनी है. Every aspect. The kitchen संवर जाएगा, the garden संवर जाएगा, the hall, the bedroom, सारे चीज सेट होते हैं. If she has Shraddha, she is expected to have. Then the timely medication for the in-laws, everything is taken care. That was an ideal. That is a purpose. If she has no that type of full Shraddha, she will just take the husband and elope from there, leaving the in-laws for their own prarabdha. Is it not? In our life also, the Shraddha is seen in the form of our never forgetting what Shastra is giving us, jnana, in which they are indicating to us sadhanas, outer and inner. And दिल जान लगाकर उसको करना ही श्रद्धा. Yeah, so if this is happening in us, then we are really helping ourselves. If not, even we were never spiritual and we were in the world only 100%. In the same way, even now also we are there. कोई फर्क नहीं है अंदर, तो फिर कोई फर्क लाया नहीं हमने. So what we were doing, only passing time. That's called childishness means. That means immaturity. Like the child is given a golden chain. He doesn't know the value of it. He doesn't know what to do. ये थ्रो करेगा फेंकेगा. आप देखे देखो एक 1.5 साल 1 साल का अभी चलना नहीं आया उस बंदे को कोई भी वैल्यूबल गिव हिम अ बंडल ऑफ 2000 नोट्स 2 लाख रुपए होया तो फेंकेगा वो फाड़ देगा वो खाएगा वो he doesn't know. But to give it to a grown up person, he knows value. In the same way, if we have not valued these things in our life, the most valuable things, we are still children only. And cause of all of that is one. No second reason is दिमाग नहीं लगाया दिल से दिल से दिमाग नहीं लगाया उस विषय में. गुड इन हिंदी दिल से दिमाग में थोड़ा लगाया होगा दिमाग बट दिल से नहीं लगाया. अगर रियली लगाते मगा दिमाग दिल से इफ रियली अप्लाई आवर इंटेलेक्ट with the heart of liking behind, by now we would have not only clearly convinced about the value and importance of each of these things so far mentioned, but would have really become master. And really, how much sigh of relief these things would have given to us from the worldly tensions, first of all. And then with this personality, it becomes so easy for the Lord, the Guru, the Shruti Mata to bless us with the knowledge, the liberating knowledge. It becomes easy for them. Without these qualities, it is an extra added tension to them. Because these also have to remove one tension, then they have to give the jnanam also. Mhm. So today's thought is what? What is happening in my life? From spiritual standpoint, are these basic qualities there in me all the time? And the last one is mumukshutvam. I must know myself and get out of not self. Hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vyavastitihi is muktihi. Have I understood it? Am I trying for it? Sincerely, seriously, genuinely. When I try, then I know where am I going wrong, what I have to bring the changes in me. And नहीं ट्राई करो तो पता ही नहीं चलता. And without all these things, never expect, imagine that we can grow spiritually. And without growing spiritually, studying spiritual texts has no meaning. And without studying Shastra and getting the qualification and growing Adhyatmika Rupena, without all this, Zindagi kya hai fir? Waste. It is Atma Hatya only. असुर्यानामते लोकाः अन्धेन तमसावृता तांस्ते प्रेत्या विगच्छन्ति ये के च आत्मनो जनाः. Like the Yamadharmaraja asking Chitragupta, when I go there, when we go, saying, hey Chitragupta, I gave this person so many of opportunities of स्वाध्याय साधना and all. अब देखो अच्छा किया साधना है तो then to this jiva give that wonderful world, wonderful deha, these wonderful occasion opportunities of highly promotional type. Yamaraj asks or says to Chitragupta, and Chitragupta looks into detail and says, Maharaj, He has not used any of them seriously, sincerely. He was only time pass. But ऐसा है क्या? He is also disappointed me again. चल ठीक है फिर वही वाला, उसे वहीं फेंक दो फिर, जहाँ अदर देन अर्निंग मनी, खाना पीना एंड वाइफ स्ट्रगलिंग इन द लाइफ विद हस्बैंड वाइफ चिल्ड्रन, वो वाला है ना, उसी को वहीं थ्रो कर देना फिर. He will tell what to do. But if Chitragupta says, sir, more than expected he has done. He has foregone so many comforts, so many freely available comforts छोड़कर वो साधना निष्ठा से किया. What Guru told him, daily 5 mala Om Namah Shivaya. He did 8 malas. Guru told him daily study 2 or 3 mantras of Gita or Upanishad. He used to study five mantras. So he has done more. Really? Yeah. Then put him in such a good family of the yogis and sadhakas. Right from the beginning, his entire around atmosphere will inspire him, provide him all the opportunity. जो ऐसा होता है. You know, I must know now कि if I die now, what I deserve. Simple, not difficult to know. Every one of us have that much maturity know कि what is my mind right now. Vishayi, Kami, Bhogi, Nidralu, then I'll be sent there only. No, there is a tadap for knowing truth. There is sacrifice of Nidra and the Vishayas. There is Nirantarata in Shastra Adhyanam, Mananam, Chintanam. अगर मैं इस मूड में हूँ genuinely and die with this mood, I'll be sent there. In this way, instead of brooding, worrying with the mind about the world that nobody is liking me, loving me, helping me, intellectually the one who thinks about where do I stand now, how much I have grown, what is to be done, therefore, in the remaining given time, this is called maturity. This is called the right use of intellect. That is a fruitful action. Fruitful action. So, therefore, let us not get flown and blown in the things that are happening around us. Then, let us be conscious about what is happening inside, what should happen, how to make it happen. On thus, we have to. And this is not easy because so far the intellect was not that way given this type of work. ये फील्ड नहीं मिला उसको. हमेशा इंटेलेक्ट वाज गिवन वही आउटर वर्क. कौन सा जमीन सस्ते में है, किधर इन्वेस्ट करें, कौन से बैंक में इंटरेस्ट ज़्यादा दे रहे हैं. यू नो, दिस वाज द वे इंटेलेक्ट वाज यूज्ड सो फार. सडनली उसको कहो कि ज़िंदगी का मकसद क्या है, वेदांत का विषय क्या, उसका ये तो इट्स नॉट माय लैंग्वेज, इट्स नॉट इट सेज. It will be tired, fatigued, exhausted, frowning face, like your children, grandchildren, whom you spoiled, made them stupid by giving all the nonsense of cell phone and TV, made them habituated to listen only the pop songs, the papa songs. Tell them to study the Gita shlokas, the Punya shlokas. They did the papa shloka. They look at you, दादाजी दिमाग खराब हुआ क्या आपका? You will look at like that only. That's what is the meaning. Do you know that? Therefore, you don't have guts to tell them. It is true. So intellect will revolt. But that is how it begins. That is what we are now. We have to accept it. I have to accept, no, I am of these non-positive quality. Then I have to become positive. Therefore, this is what I have to remove. This is what I have to bring. अरे ये तो सिंपल फर्स्ट स्टेप है, कॉमन सेंस है साधना का. सो व्हेन वी स्टार्ट डूइंग इट, इट विल हैपन. Simply to summarize, what with our punya we are getting in the classes effortlessly. Same thing we have to continue beyond the classes effortfully. If this we can do, then we are really helping ourselves. After all, it is our life. Is it? हमेशा आखिर में तो मेरी जिंदगी है, कितना मैंने बनाया सवारा स्पिरिचुअल. So pause and see. तमोगुण घट गया कि नहीं, सत्वगुण बढ़ा कि नहीं, इंद्रिय लौल्यम कम हुआ कि नहीं, मन शांत हुआ कि नहीं, रूटीन सेट हुआ कि नहीं ऑफ माई नॉट ओनली लिजनिंग क्लास, इसका सेट हो गया ऑलमोस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू, गुड, बट माई ओन स्टडी एट होम, because you are somebody speaking, all depends on him. Where will he do the khasi, where will he stop, what example he gives, सारा totally dependent है आप speaker पे, which is required, essential, because his higher thinking and wisdom he pours down, but we are not total independent there. But when you take the book yourself, study and ponder on that, there the independence is more and joy is more and learning will be more, because you alone are there. And this more learning will be when you already heard from the guru in the class, not independent. Am I sitting in that routine? Is it not? My whole day is fully spiritually engaged in, and I'm not compromising it with any of the trivials or any of the temptations or obligations too much. Am I happy with that? मैं तो कहता हूँ ये अचीव करूँ अगले एक आध साल में, कि nothing is important to me in the world, including the post of Prime Minister. I want to just every day spend maximum time with maximum intensity in the sadhanas helping in spiritual growth. Not only outside. Whenever we say these things, our attention is definitely generally outside only. कि कहीं नहीं जाना, किसी से बातें नहीं करना. True, that is true, but it is more than outside, inside. Not going anywhere outside physically, but what are you doing in room? स्वामी आपने कहा मैंने हर जगह बंद किया जाना, फिर बैठ के क्या कर रहे हो घर में? 6 घंटे टीवी देख रहा हूँ, 4 घंटे फोन. Then that is worse. Then better to go and leave the talk to the people and love them. That is better than this. From the time you told me, Swamiji, not go outside, I tell you, my family life became so wonderful. What did you do? I was making only one sabji dal for my wife. Now I'm making tin dal, tin sabji. She's very happy. Not going outside, making one dish extra, spending 1 more hour in TV, and sleeping. स्वामी जी मैं इतना खुश हूँ अभी जब से आपने कहा कम जाना मत. क्या कर रहे हो आप? 2 घंटे से ज़्यादा हो गए मेरी नींद के. Is it not? That is wrong. So too in the mind. The sadhana is never outside, please. Inside. Stop going outside and do sadhana inside. Having mastered doing sadhana inside, you're always inside with you. And wherever you go, you are sadhana. Because inside you have mastered. That's called yatra yatra manoyat. यस्य ब्रह्मणि रमते चित्रम चित्तम नंदति 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 एव. सब कुछ छोड़ना हमें अपने आप को परमात्मा में प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए होता है. Because we can't do at this stage that we are in the world, still we can be spiritual. So keep away from the world and be in the aloneness, do sadhana. After mastering it, everywhere we should be able to do sadhana. Then the real test for our growth is anywhere you are placed or you are called, you are going not without missing your sadhana. That is why in Dukdrushiveka, Antas Samadhi, Bahis Samadhi, both are true. And after all, Paramatma is everywhere there. You have to recognize him everywhere. To recognize him everywhere, everywhere you have to do sadhana. Not only. स्वामी जी दरवाजा बंद किया, आपने कहा तो आत्मज्ञानी हूं मैं, बाहर आते ही मैं अज्ञानी. ऐसा नहीं होना ना. But unless we are with us and master it, we can't go into the world. And there also do sadhana. Be in the sadhana all the time. So this is how main point is what? Am I now very happy in my own day's routine? That it is fully occupied with the beautiful, fruitful spiritual activities. देख लो. Okay, now we will see in the Dashama Anuvaka. Beautiful teaching it is. Now it is what? It is nothing but the experience expressed from the heart and mouth of the Rishi Trishanku, that he has experienced Paramatma Tattva. Okay, that is what is Dashamanuvakaha. And this one, for us, repeatedly when we chant with the meaning known, we get inspired that we also should become like Trishanku Rishi. See, what is required is inspiration only. When I look at Gurudev with all bhakti, prema, it will never help us. What helps is inspiration gained from him. He worked 18 hours per day. He never cared his body that way, never became slave to it. Care means he just took the mission of some his Sadanatana Dharma Shastra Prachara to the entire globe. That inspiration drawn from him and practicing helps me. Not that bhajan karta hai Om Gurudev, वो कुछ नहीं करता वो. These are all escapisms. These are only the initial LKG classes. Like it's बच्चों को in the beginning they put in the play school. It's not that he's in the 20 years हो गए फिर से play school में है. You can't do that. In the same way, we get inspired. We should get inspired. Always what's required in our life is some inspirational ideal in front. Looking at that, देखते ही inspiration आ गया, you are back on track. And negative inspirational things are there, all kept around us. किचन में खाने की चीज रखा, they inspire you to go and eat. Therefore you eat. टीवी रखा है, सज कर धज कर, it inspires us. देखो मुझे. So let us do this. Aham vrukshasya reriva iti swadhyaya artha mantra amnaya. This is the mantra amnaya. Amnaya means Veda. Mantra amnaya means Veda mantra. What mantra? Aham vrukshasya reriva, etc. What for this? What I have to do with that mantra? Like earlier mantras, I was told to do upasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10th one, both the Vyavahara as well as Swadhyaya Pravachane. Vyavasaya, Swadhyaya, Vyavahara and Swadhyaya Pravachane. Here what is to be done? Swadhyaya Arthaha. And Swadhyaya means three things. Chanting like a japa. 2, with the meaning known. 3, what is said in that applying on us. Relating ourselves with that. Is it happening in me what I am studying or seeing? Like when you see a movie of a hero, very honestly living, working hard. What is the purpose of seeing the movie? Not ताली बजाओ उसके लिए और appreciate the director for bringing out good movie. उससे कुछ फायदा नहीं हुआ हमको. Entertainment हुआ, that's very gross benefit. Any ignorant person can be entertained with the movie. But from that hero, if I have learned relating to what he did to my life, then that movie is fruitful to us. That way. Here also, Swadhyaya means all the three. Regular chanting, then meaning of it revealed, then relating ourselves with the meaning. For that sake is this mantra, please. Don't only mechanically chant and leave it. That is the meaning of Aham Vrukshare Riva iti Swadhyaya Artha Mantramnaya. Then why the Swadhyaya of these three to be done? Swadhyaya cha Vidya Utpattaye. Because only these three types of Swadhyaya, that the Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya is born, is created, is generated, is experienced. Why should I have the Atma Vidya? अरे भूल गए हो क्या? उपासना करते करते have forgotten or what? Prakaranat. The purpose of life and purpose of going to the Guru, studying the Upanishads regularly is Vidya only, na? Why? All samsara was because of avidya. At all that avidya, samsara will go away, only avidya goes. You can't remove the avidya because it's not a substantial thing. Like you can't remove the darkness because it's not a substantial thing. Then bring the light, darkness goes away. So bring the vidya goes away. So for the prakarana to vidya hai na. How do you forget that? Lakshya hi jiva, har ek jeev ka vidya hai. And you have come to the study of Upanishad for this vidya as a purpose. Therefore prakaranat. Then vidya artham hi idam prakaranam. Prakaranam is entire life, Prakaranam is study of Upanishad, Prakaranam is this particular 10th Anuvaka. Is Vidya Artham hi, only for the sake of Vidya Utpatti, Brahma Vidya Utpatti, Atma Vidya Utpatti. न च अन्यार्थत्वम अवगम्यते. अब कितने भी ढूंढो आप इस श्लोक में, you don't see in the rishis saying is any other purpose that can be drawn out. Avagamyate means drawn out. You can't see any other purpose. न च अन्यार्थत्वम अवगम्यते. जबरदस्ती मत करना कि और कुछ मीनिंग उसमें निकालने का. दैट इज फॉर स्वाध्याय, स्वाध्याय फॉर विद्या उत्पत्ति. बी क्लियर. See this type of talks when we listen the sentence of Adi Shankara, na, we get a beautiful personality in us which learns, which knows what to think and how long to think and how to make precise our thinking to come to correct conclusion. Without which the mind goes on projecting so many things in front. Like when a family decides to go for a picnic, husband should very clearly know which place to go, how many days to stay, what are the things to see there. If he says, "Bache, tum log usme ढूंढो," and you tell wife, and you go on with very vagueness there. आप कुछ चीज ऐसे देख के आओगे जिसकी जरूरत ही नहीं है, जो इम्पोर्टेंट है मिस करके आओगे. Life also is a yatra like that, no? And study of Shastra also is a yatra. In that, every portion of the Shastra has its own different importance and value. All of them again finally are leading to the moksha through Atma Vidya. So you can just feel here when he was going on telling about Upasana and all, children must be asking, as if, Bhagavan, aap Brahma Vidya kab sunaoge? Like many of your faces when I see them. है ना? आगे का मंत्र कब पढ़ाओगे की तरह. Then the Guru felt, अरे यार, I told you Upasana in 8 Anuvaka because it was very essential. Not that I just wasted your time. You know, now okay, you and I have come to your expectation where Brahma Vidya has to be taught. Now mind you, this mantra is for Vidya Utpatti. And you have to do Swadhyaya of it. It will definitely lead. Because in this mantra, what is said is the experience of the Trishanku Rishi. So, na anyarthatvam, Vidya Utpatti or Swadhyaya. Of this, through the Swadhyaya, the Vidya Utpatti has to happen. That's the purpose of this Anuvakam. Now, Swadhyayena cha Vishuddha Sattvasya Vidya Utpatti Vakulpate. Now, be careful in this sentence. Only a person who is doing the 3 Swadhyayas regularly. One is chanting the mantra, second is clearly knowing the meaning of it with all explanations and logics and example, then doing the anvaya of that with myself, my life. Outside first, then closed eyes on the seat of meditation. Only then, first thing happens is his antakarana becomes freed from the notions so far carried, imaginations so far done, wrong understandings which are there. Is it not? And the correct convincing understanding happens. That's called Vishuddha Sattva. And in spirituality, what is required is the Ashuddhi is removed. The moment the Ashuddhi, either of ignorance and also of imaginations or these negative notions are removed, you will see the self already hidden there. इसलिए विशुद्ध सत्वस्य विद्या उत्पत्ति ही. You know, when you properly wash or clean with the required chemicals the golden ornaments, while doing so, the glitter of the gold is not brought from outside anywhere. It is there inside already. Covered with the Ashuddhi. Today, Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavata gives this example for the different purpose. The dirt which was covering is removed. That's called Putapaka Shodhitam Suvarnam. Then its own Swayam Prakashatva it shows. In the same way, I am always the self. The Ashuddhis in me are not allowing me to realize myself. This Swadhyaya remove that Ashuddhi. What is the removal of Ashuddhi or becoming Vishuddha means what? Hare, मैं तो वही आत्मा हूँ. I am that self. This Vidya Anubhava comes. That's what happened to the Trishankar Rishi. That is why his words, which came out of his mouth voluntarily, no, by the grace of Lord and Shruti Mata, has become a part of the Shruti. Idi Trishankoho Veda Anuvachanam. These are the Vachana of the Trishanku, of his experience, of his Atmanubhava. So, स्वाध्याय करो इसका, इससे सत्व को विशुद्ध करो. That should reflect in the Atma Vidya. After Atma Vidya, experientially I know that I am that Sachidananda Brahma. Therefore, in the ignorance of my that knowledge, I was behaving like an individual, identified with Upadhi, becoming a Jiva, becoming Karta Bhokta. All that samsara gone. Samsara is like in a heavy traffic lost. Which turn to take, whom to overtake, whom to give side. Oh, badhiya, 10. The moment you come home, is it not? Is there any more need of, बड़ी बड़ी बड़े बड़े शहरों में पैदल जाने वाले जल्दी पहुंचते हैं, साइकिल वाले जल्दी, कभी कभी स्कूटर वाले, एक कार वाले बेकार है, फांसी जाते हैं वहाँ. So much of traffic. It is so much pain taking. But when you reach the home, what a sigh of relief. So too, knowing the Atma Anubhava, is like reaching home. Samsara is like a traffic where you have to reach somewhere, you have to struggle. There's so much of inner tension, the equipment's troubling, car breakdown, or outer people are so unruly. सारा जैसा ट्रैफिक होता है ना, वैसे हमारा भी संसार ट्रैफिक ही है. Always negotiating the people with the upadhis, with the situation. भाग ही रहे. But आत्मज्ञानी, he is in his own self. There's nowhere to reach, nothing to do, nowhere to go. I reached the destination. Which of the traffic rule you have to follow when you reach home? Which are the worries and fears and anxieties of the accident when you are at home? Where is the answer? Car breaking down at home. None of them. So too, the self is our home. When we reach that, Vidya, all this struggle of running in the traffic gone. Samsar khatam. Yeah. Now we'll chant this mantra 3 times, then we'll see the Bhashyam. Thereafter also we'll chant because this mantra is Swadhyayartham in Japartham. Okay. And so beautiful it is. It is the experience of Trishanka about Atma Vastu. And what he experienced the Atma as is he's telling that. And we have to also, by following the Shravana Mana Nidhyasana of the Atma Tattva, have to reach to that experience. That is the inspiration. Then it's like Trishanku said, this is what the Atma of me I have experienced. Then we have heard it. We felt inspired. We said, Hare, humko bhi chahiye. Then Trishanku will tell, you want it? Then first do follow Taittiriya Upanishad. In the 11th, 12th ANUVAKM, do it. Then the 12th, second Valli onwards, the Brahma Vidya is start. You study that, you will reach out. Like. अहं वृक्षस्य रेरिव कीर्तिः पृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव स्वमृतमस्मि द्रविणगं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम् अहं वृक्षस्य रेरिव कीर्तिः पृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव स्वमृतमस्मि द्रविणगं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम् अहं वृक्षस्य रेरिव कीर्तिः पृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव स्वमृतमस्मि द्रविणगं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम्. First I'll tell the literal meaning, then we see the Bhashyam. Iti means this is what it is. Trishankoho, of Trishankoho, Veda, experience, Anu, after, Vachanam, speech. His speech after he experienced it. Like when you experience some beautiful thing, then we ask you, then you give a speech of it. And what is his speech of his experience are these 7 8 sentences about his own Atma. आत्मा अनुभव के बाद वाली बात. One, aham vrukshasya reriva. I am the support of the vruksha. Kirti prushtam girehe iva. Second sentence. Urdhva pavitraha. You can take them as two or separate. Urdhvaha and pavitraha. Let us take them separate. Fifth is vajini iva su amrutam asmi. Panchma. Then dravinagam savarchasam. Sixth. Then sumedhaha. Seventh. Then amrutaha. Eighth. Ukshitaha. Ninth. So he is talking about his Atmanubhava with these 9 words. When we deeply ponder on each one of them, with the help of Bhashya, we will know what is the Swarupa of the Atma in which he is enjoying. Isn't it? See, only when you regularly chant, then you will be able to know how to break the word sentences and first literally understand them, then analysis and deeper understanding. So that aham should be added with everyone. Aham vrukshasya reriva. Then mama kirtihi pushte girem riva. Then aham urdhva pavitraha asmi. And vajini iva su amrutam asmi. Mama dravidam tat savarchasam. And sumedhaha amruta ukshita asmi. He's talking about his anumut. Himself and his anumut. Like what we talk in our language. Mai aur mera. मैं ऑफिसर हूँ, ये मेरा घर है, मेरा बच्चे हैं, गाड़ी है, बंगला है. So I am the self and my experiences are these. This is the meaning of this Dashamanuvaka in short. So when I tell you first the outer meaning, then little idea comes to. Otherwise vague. पता नहीं इसमें क्या होगा. घबराहट, डर. So here Trishanku's is अनुभव about himself. Self, the real self. And it is Swadhyaya mantra for our Vishuddha Sattva, after which we also get Vidya like him, we get liberated like him. And we pass it on to others. Okay, one by one we see. Mantra is chanted thrice. Now, aham, as it is in the mantra, Bhashyakara's Bhashya I am reading now. Vrukshasya, of the Vruksha I am. Which Vruksha? Uchedatmakasya. Vruksha is a word, Sanskrit came from the etymological derivation or sentence that Vrishchanat Vrukshaha, that which can be cut, therefore it is called as Vruksha. All the Sanskrit names are given from the meaning only, almost all of them. It's not meaningless. So Vrishchanat Vruksha, it can be cut anytime, anywhere. Therefore, that thing is called Vruksha there. So aham vrukshasya, I am of this vruksha. And which is the vruksha? Is it mango tree at home? Or it is a tree in your own fields? Of which vruksha you are relating yourself to? No, उच्छेदात्मकस्य, जिसका उच्छेदन करना स्वभाव है, जिसका आत्मा उच्छेदनीय है. उच्छेदात्मकस्य means what? That which can be cut asunder. उच्छेदात्मकस्य वृक्षस्य. Therefore, what is the उच्छेदात्मक वृक्ष? In the Shastras given told as Samsara Vrukshasya. Of the Samsara Vruksha, I am. And what you are? In what way related? Reriva. So aham Samsara Vrukshasya Reriva Asmi. What is Reriva? Prerayita. Means Antaryami Atmana. So I am the Prerayita. Reriva means Prerayita. Redatu. So I am the prerayita of this samsara vruksha. It is my experience. So aham vrukshasya uchedatmakasya samsara vrukshasya reriva prerayita asmi. Katham antaryami atmana. So in the simple literal English meaning, by being the innermost self, I am the prerayita, the inspirer of whatever is happening to this vriksha, the samsara vriksha. Subjective and objective. That is the experience. So that is the nature of self. What is self? Self is that in whose presence the Vyashti and Samashti are doing what they are doing. This is what theoretically what we hear, this Trishanku has experienced. What was said in Shastra, he studied, went deep in meditation, recognized the self. When he recognizes the self, his experience is what? What Shastra said. What Shastra said? His self is that which is prerayita of the Vyakti and Samashti Jagat from the Jagat standpoint. From the self standpoint, self alone is there. From the water standpoint, water alone is there. But from the wave standpoint, water is a prerayita of the wave. How? By being the antaratma of the wave. What is the meaning of antaratma of the wave? Every nook and corner of the wave, the water alone is there. And because of that water only, the waves birth, waves growth, waves staying as long as it stayed and dissolved. This way, the wave's behavior is called a samsara of that wave. And the prerayita is water. How? By being the antaryami of that wave. So, where is the self? Nowhere, anywhere other than beyond this world, anywhere. In the world only, inner and outer world, as the antaryami. What is antaryami? Antastitva yamayati. The one who stays inside and in his presence only, he monitors or allows everything to happen. Please remember that word Sannikarshanat of the Bhagavata Purana. Yavad Dehendriya Pranaihi Atmana Sannikarshanam Samsara Tavat Apartopi Avivekinaha. Self pure need not do anything. Please remember, in his presence, things happen. So, by being the Antaryami, this self in me is becoming prerayita for the entire samsara vriksha. That experience he has got. In that, what can you feel? Feeling is what? I am the self, first of all. Second, I am the one in whose presence the whole world is happening. Third one, all that happening in the world is not touching me. This is what we have to catch the crux. The birth, growth, modification, decay, and death of the wave is not touching the water. Is it not? The molding of an ornament as the bangle or earring or necklace is not touching the gold. Clear? Just be conscious about it. In the same way, entire world of whatever is happening phenomenal. And what happening in the entire world? Only three things. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. That's it, no? All these three are happening in my presence. I am the Prayaraita. I am the Antaryami in all of them. Without me, they can't. Yet, I am only a Prayaraita. I am not the one influenced by them. Samsara happens in my presence. I am not samsara. Aham vrukshasya uchchedatmakasya vrukshasya uchchedatmakasya samsara vrukshasya prerayita asmi means what? Antaryatmi atmana stitva. See, antaryami atmana. This is the meaning. So by being the antaryami atma, I am the reriva, only prerayita. Now in this both things are there. One is freedom from samsara because I am only the prerayita. Second is the greatness and gladness and glory of me, the self, that the infinite samsara which is there is just happening in all its glory, only in my presence. Without me, nothing of this magnanimous world can happen. That is my greatness. And more greater than this is what? All that phenomenal, glorious thing is happening. Still, it is not touching me, disturbing me. Imagine, like a businessman invested 10 crores and made it to 40 crores and again invested the 40 crores. He lost everything. and yet he was not disturbed by them, let us say. What great is this person? He is the one who invested that much money. Because of him, that huge business would have not happened. But for some reason, it is lost. Yet he is undisturbed. Imagine how that person, can you put in words what is glory? To understand it, compare the other fellow. 10,000 invest kiya, 20,000 mil gaya. He started jumping with joy, and again he invested 20, 10 bhi gaya, then he committed suicide. कि मेरे 20,000 गए. What a नालायक he is. The second example is you and I, the jiva. Do small karma, and the karma phala sometime come, immediately doesn't come up to our satisfaction, then we are lost. A little gain comes, we jump. But where is Paramatma? In his presence, the Srishti, huge happening and continuing in Sthiti Kala for such a long, long Mahayuga period, and dissolution of everything is happening, yet he is not touched. Is it not? Aham vrukshasya renivas. So there is joy that everything is depending on me and I am not dependent on anything. This is called mukti. And this is what the status of the self in every one of us, with which we have to identify. I am that self in whose presence everything is happening. I am not touched by them. That inner deep self, the Satchidananda Atma, is our goal. Aham vrukshasya reriva asmi. See, vrukshasya, uchchedakatmakasya vrukshasya, samsara vrukshasya, reriva, prerayita. More than that, I am not interested in that, involved in that, related in that. Like the entire electrical equipments, rupi samsaraka, reriva, prerayita, is electricity. In his presence, they're all glowing. Sometimes you can see huge functions, hundreds and thousands of lights and fans and series bulb. इतना सारा आपको बिजलियों का दुनिया दिखता है. And that you can see in night time when you are landing or taking off from a huge city in flight. Look at that world. ऊपर से take off करते हुए, how many like stars only, thousands and thousands of lights. That is called as samsara vriksha. Why? Because at 5 o'clock, none of the lights were glowing. Now all of them are glowing. Then the morning when you see them, after 6, 7, again all of them are off. जन्म है उसका, फिर थोड़ा स्थिति काल है उन बिजलियों का, then they all are put off morning. Now whose glory all that? Who is the Reriva, Prerayita? Is not the electricity. Now, like that, any town, anywhere you go in the world, it is the Rerivatva, Prerayitrutva, by being Antaryami of the electricity, that it is making the entire samsara vriksha sustain. The samsara thereof, the electrical equipments functioning. I talked about the lights, but not only the lights. Lights can be seen, therefore I'm saying like, there's so many things. In every house, the electrical equipments of TV and all of them are working. Cell phones are charged. आजकल बिजली पे हर चीज बनती है. खाना बनाने के लिए राइस कुकर, everything. How many electrical gadgets are? Electronic gadgets. All of them work on mainly bijli. So he is the one who is Reriva for all of them. And none of the things touch electricity. He's only Prereta by being Antaryami. So these are the example when we again and again and again and again ponder respectfully, not by devaluing. One day it suddenly clicks. Yeah, I am the self in whose presence this body is grown, body is born, growing, it will go one day. I am the self in whose presence the mind is coming and going. I am the self in whose presence the Jagras Purusha, Sapna Purusha, and Sushupti Purusha, with these three of us are coming and going. That clicks one day. That is called the intellectual mukti. The final mukti is when we really on the seat of meditation recognize that self and establish it. दैट इज वाई दिस मंत्र का बार बार स्वाध्याय रूपी जप करने से फायदा होता है. दैट इज भगवान शंकर सेट. नाउ रिलेट Why did he say Swadhyayartha Mata Amnaya mantra Amnaya? When I repeatedly say this, and this is what right now for me, a meaningless word with some meanings in the words, meaningless sentence. But for Trishanku, it is an experience. Trishanku is speaking his experience. With this data background, when you listen to this mantra, don't we feel that here I am also Vrukshasya Reriva? For my entire life in drama, I am the supporter. Without me, nothing would have happened. But at the same time, I had always the choice of remaining only as Prerayita by Antaryami, being without involving it. But I couldn't use that choice. I just involved. And wherever I involved with Aham and Mama, yesterday again, Bhagavatam, I got lost in samsara. Wherever I was detached without Aham and Mama, I was liberated. So ये है जिंदगी का ट्रिक कि सब में रहो, सब कुछ करते रहो, लेकिन कहीं नहीं बसना. लाइक सारे गुरुओं का सत्संग सुनो, बट कोई भी ज्ञान अंदर आने नहीं देना. वही बेवकूफी मूर्खता से जीना. This habit anyway we have. Practice it in the world. You are with wife with all the love, yet not suffered as husband. With the children as father, but yet not suffered. Because only prayer aita there. You are very well. You are untouched. You are antaryami. You are there very much. Without the husband is not there. Without the husband, the wife is not there. The wife, the husband-wife relation of taking care of family house is not there. So you are there that way, yet untouched. Means acted as an husband but did not become husband, because the man can never become husband. He only can appear as husband. Because if the man becomes husband, he cannot become father to the children then, because husband ban gayo. He is becoming father also to the children. का अर्थ क्या हुआ? He did not become like a hero. He became that particular character, let us say, of the movie. Then he cannot act another movie because वो बन गया वो. He only appeared only like that, not really changed. Therefore, only is able to become so many. Appear as so many, not become. Therefore, the ornaments appear and the gold, never become. If they become, then you can't melt the gold again to make another ornament. So, I am just appearing. It's only appearance, no need to become. Show the anger, don't become angry. Show love, don't become lover person. Anger and love are required for vyavahara there. That's it. Show to the guru that I am your disciple, but don't become. Show to everybody that I am spiritual seeker, don't become. Therefore, nothing of the growth happens in us. I just give Majak say that one example. Okay. Now, what is the samsara vruksha? Why the samsara is compared with the vruksha? And where these quotations come to us is in Bhagavad Gita and also in Katha Upanishad, 6th Valli, 1st sloka. Bhagavad Gita, though entire text is Shastra, 15th chapter is specially named as Shastra. Iti Guhyatamam Shastra. Because all the topics that are there dealt in any of the Shastra, all are there in those 20 slokas of 15th chapter. जीव क्या है, जगत क्या है, ईश्वर क्या है, बंध क्या है, मोक्ष है, परब्रह्म क्या है, माया क्या है, all the topics are told. I'll talk to you. गीता का भी बोलेंगे हम, एक एक अध्याय ले लेंगे कभी कभी. But now I'm busy in all these prasthanatrayam, so time is consumed for it. Anyway, but we'll study. So that chapter 15 is called Shastra. Every topic is covered in that. In that chapter 15 only, the first 3 slokas compare the entire outer and inner samsara with Vruksha. Urdhvamulam adhashakam ashvatham prahuravyayam छंदांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदविदुः अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रमालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह ततोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं क्या करना चाहिए सुरूढ़ असंगशस्त्रेण दृढ़ेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत् परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः हौ तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्ति प्रस्तुता पुराणी where to start sadhana from nirmana moha jita sanga dosha अध्यात्म नित्या विनिवृत्त कामाः द्वंद्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुख दुख संज्ञैः गच्छन्ते मूढ़ाः पदमोयं this set of 6 shlokas in Gita chapter 15 is a complete sadhana. So in that the first 3 shlokas talk about the entire samsara compared by a vrishchanatmaka vruksha. And he says this samsara vruksha ko asanga shastrena drudhena chitva tataha padam tat padam parimarit. Unless you cut the samsara vruksha with the sword of the or the kulhadi of the asanga, you cannot do the parimarganam of tat pada. You can't do inquiry into the tat brahma. In you only he is there. You can never perceive him or you can pursue him. You can't pursue him, you can't reach. So he has cut the samsara vruksha, he did the parimargana of the tatpada and he experienced that like it is in Gita, Natat Bhasete Suryaha. From that standpoint, when he looked back into the world which was persecuting, binding him, when he was in the ignorance dasha to taking himself to a jiva, to the same world when he looked back, he just found, यार मैं तो ये पूरे जगत दुनिया का मैं तो सपोर्ट हूँ. Not that I was depending on that. Immediately he said, Am Vrukshasya Reriva. Okay? I am not a part of the universe. With these Panchakosha Yukta Deha identified and struggling every moment. That is not required. You can, through your study, contemplation, meditation, sadhana, reach that self. You know, every individual, a citizen, is potentially prime minister or president, no? As a citizen, he'll have to go through all tension, worry, anxiety, limitation. But once the president, our prime minister, whole country is under his ruling. होता है कि नहीं? He is the rear of the entire. When that president or prime minister passes that resolution, entire country has to practice it. He is the rear of the entire nation now. Prerahita. Earlier, what a small citizen, chai beachte. In the same way, with the Panchaupadhi, Tadatma as a Karta Bhokta, what we are getting small little pleasures, with that so much of fear, anxiety, tension, struggle, and they experience one day that Marunga, Marunga or Marela. Whereas the possibility is what? Not only this body, like this, any number of bodies are taken by me only in the past. But every body in the world of Manushya, Pashu, Pakshi, Vanaspati, of all the universes, सारा मिलकर संसार कहते हैं of that samsara vriksha I am the Reriva. I am the Prerayita. I am the Antaryami. मैं वो आत्मा सच्चिदानंद हूँ जिसके ऊपर एक कॉर्नर में ये सारा ब्रह्मांड लटक रहा है मेरे ही कृपा से. The moment I say, okay, dissolve this Brahmanda, dissolved. Create a new Brahmanda, created. That Atmaya, such a huge me, have become small fellow and doing this. He's like a huge army commanding lieutenant general, general. At home, 5 says, sit, sit, stand, stand. He is commanding 10 lakhs people there. Vrukshasya Reriva. When he comes here, होता है कि नहीं? आई एम नॉट टेलिंग देयरफॉर ही शुड कमांड हिज वाइफ आल्सो स्टैंड इट इज इन अटेंशन और जॉइन हर इन द आर्मी. ऐसे नहीं हो रहा है कि नहीं? द वन हु कुड कमांड 10 lakhs is become here listening to us. Any other profession, huge person, but when पोते के पास आते ही घोड़ा गधा बन गया. How many dadas have become the dada of the world? Goda and gada to the pota. पोते को ऊपर बिठा के, आई इन्फिनिट सेल्फ हैज बिकम वन स्मॉल जीवा. शर्म नहीं आता? दिस इज द प्रेरणा कम्स टू मी व्हेन आई चैंट दिस मंत्र. अब देखो विशुद्ध सत्य हो रहा है कि नहीं, कि व्हाई आई एम लिविंग सच ए स्मॉल लिमिटेड लाइफ ऑफ हाइडिंग इज वन देह, वन पंचकोश. When there is a chance for me to become that self which is the rarity of the entire samsara vriksha. देखो, हम वृक्षस्य रेरिवा. Like those civil servants who have got the rank, when they are interviewed, when that interview is seen by the youngsters, लगता है कि नहीं उनको, यार ये क्या मैं लड़ाई झगड़ा कर रहा हूँ छोटी चीजों के लिए, let me work hard and get that job. Wasting time in all quarrels and getting kicked by parents every day for not doing any work. No, no, I got inspiration. I do. So too, the Trishanku ji says, मैं तो एक छोटा जीव था, but I did all from the first upasana of the Taittiriya Upanishad, and I got the blessings of Guru God. I did my contemplation. I found my real self. When I found it, I am the Reriva of the entire samsara vriksha, commanding of the whole world, not a small person to listen to the commands or the orders. Aham vrukshasya. हो गया बात? See the feeling, imagine that feeling. Cocooning with these panchakoshas and try to protect them, get sukha from them. कितने बेवकूफी मूर्खता से हम फंस गए थे. लाइक ए पर्सन, करोड़ों रुपए है, बट आधा टूटा हुआ थाली में खाना खा रहा है, गिलास में पानी पी रहा है, इतने पैसे रख कर भी. व्हाट डू लुक एट एंड सी फील, अरे मूर्ख, थोड़ा पैसा खर्च कर. But that fellow, no, 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 for whatever the sentimental value or mental value, he says, मैं इसमें खाऊंगा. In the same way, we are mental and sentimental. No, with the body, whatever small sukha comes, I am okay with that. With the mind sense. Murak, you have a richness of becoming a rariva of the entire vriksha. फिर भी, what I don't know. मेरे को इतना ही रहना. Give kingdom to the Pandavas. They will love you and rule wonderful. No, no, no. Don't tell me. विदुर, पाठ सुना दिया ना, मैं तो मेरे बेटे को ही प्यार करता हूँ. दुर्योधन, धृतराष्ट्र. See, we're all like Dhritarashtra only. We don't want to give up the identity with this. नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स सुनते हैं हम, फिर भी हमको क्लिक नहीं होता वो. इसलिए तब तक सुनते रहो, बोलते रहो, जब क्लिक नहीं होवे. दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कॉल्ड स्वाध्याय, जप. That's why I gave you the targets. Do your things. I have kept my target. Yesterday also I did my chanting of this mantra. With the meaning in the mind. Slowly that meaning will enter. And that gives the Vishuddhi of the heart. What is the Vishuddhi? Only one. Instead of living as a Jiva through the Upadhi, let me experience the self which is beyond all the Upadhi, same time supporter of all the Upadhi. This thought is the beginning. Then how to reach to that? Slowly we study Shastra, become worthy of contemplation, seat of contemplation, meditation attempt. When hundreds of times done, slowly we can transcend all the upadhi, know the truth. Once the truth is known, everywhere that alone. I am the Vrukshasya Reriva, which is the experience of Trishanku, we will also get. And he got inspired from his guru, who will experience that, and he might have said, maybe in other language, other words. So he got inspired from his guru, he did it, he got it. Now from his mouth, these mantramna came for our swadhyaya. Vrukshasya. So in Bhagavad Gita, first three shlokas talk about samsara vriksha. So Ashwatha vriksha. So what are the roots? What are the trunks? What are the branches, secondary branches, the leaves? All of them, the secondary roots, because Ashwatha vriksha has the roots. So Urdha Mulaha, its Mula is up above, Avak, Shakaha, the branches are down below. This is called Ashwatha, it is Avayam. It is coming from the time immemorial. Chandam says Aparnani, Vedas are its leaves. Yatam Veda, the one who knows the Ashwatha vriksha like this, Samsara vriksha, he is the knower. And then its branches are spread up and down. Adasya Urdham Prasudha, Tasya Shakaha, the different lokas. Guna pravruddhaha, they are growing because gunas, vishaprabalaha, the vishayas are the tender leaves. Then adascha mulani anusantatani karmanubandhini manushya loke. They are all there for the manushya loka. ना रूपम ऐसी है तथा संसार वृक्ष इस पेड़ की तरह जैसे मैंने दिखाया ऐसा नहीं दिखता हो बट यू हैव टू मेटाफराइज और यू हैव टू एक्सपीरियंस योर सेल्फ और इमेजिन योर सेल्फ द samsara to be like the वृक्ष. What you have to do what? Ashwatthamenam suvirudha moolam, this very deep rooted Ashwatha Vriksha, you have to cut with Asanga Shastra and reach out. Exactly this thing will be told to us in the evening class by Bhagavan Krishna in the Bhagavad. Jnanasina upasana upasanaya shitena jnanasina vivekena chitva. We will study all that. All the 3-4 texts of us, in fact, all the 5 of them going together. VRUKSHASYA in Telugu, Taittiriya Upanishad, then our Bhagavatam, also the Adhyatma Ramayanam, then this, what is the next one? Adhyatma Ramayanam, Bhagavatam, VRUKSHASYA Upanishad. थोड़ा विष्णु सहस्रनाम में तत्व ही बता रहा है हो गया. Now for 3 minutes I will read for myself and you how this samsara vriksha for our sake is explained exhaustively by Bhagavan Adi Shankara in his Bhashya. And we studied that. I know, I remember some of them. You remember or not, I don't know. कि how in this संसार के पेड़ में जीव रूपी हम सब पंछियां आकर दुख के साथ चिल्लाते रहते हैं, सुख के साथ चिल्लाते रहते हैं और भीख मांगते रहते हैं, छोड़ो छोड़ो करके. Do you remember all that? I will read you. It is so good, and I will take a class on that for 1 or 2 hours sometime, so that we do it. See, the mantra is that urdhamolo avakshakaha esho shvatta sanatanaha tadeva shukram tad brahma tadeva amurtam uchyate tasmin lokashrita sarve tadu natyeti kashana etadvai tatu. This is a mantra, entire mantra giving us the meditation. Katha Upanishad, 2nd adhyay, 3rd valli, total 6th valli, first shloka. Now what is this samsara vriksha, which has got mula urdhva and shakas down below? First see the vriksha, a tree, ashwatha. It has a deep roots inside the earth which you can't see. Trunk is there, lot of branches, 100,000 of leaves. You know, it's a huge tree, let us say of 500, 600 years. And so many secondary branches, and each of the branches are hundreds and hundreds of ghosla in that pakshi. Pakshiyan hai. Imagine a tree. Pehle be clear about example whenever the example is given. Then, like that is a samsara vriksha. And like each of the part of the tree are there, samsara also there. And like in the tree various ghosla are there, in which birds are there, so to various lokas in which you and I, the jivas are there. And like the birds are making a lot of chirping sound, we also go on doing the chirping sound of sukha dukkha in the entire life. Fighting with others, loving others, everything. And that each of the thing Bhagavan Shankara gave as Bhashya. So touching it. I believe I should get by heart of this thing sometime. Hoga nahi is zindagi mein. I read for you. Okay. Urdhva mulaha. Urdhvam moolam yat. Tat Vishnoho paramam padam asyati. Saha ayam now starts. Avyaktadi sthawarantaha. Avyakt se lekar sthavar tak. जो संसार वृक्ष है, of this the moola is urdhva, the brahma, which we are going to study tomorrow also in our Taittiriya Bhashya. Now the samsara vriksha description starts. Vrukshaha cha vrishchanatu. It is called vriksha because it can be cut asunder. Now how this vriksha of the samsara? Listen. Janma jara marana shokadi aneka anarthatmakaha pratikshanam anyatha swabhavaha माया मरीचि उदक गंधर्व नगरादिवत दृष्ट नष्ट स्वरूपत्वात् अवसाने च वृक्षवत अभावात्मकः कदली स्तंभवत निस्सारः अनेक शत पाखंड बुद्धि विकल्पास्पद tattva vigyajnasu vikalpaspadaha tattva vijignyasubihi anirdharita idam tattvaha vedanta nirdharita parabrahma moola saraha avidya kama karma avyakta bija prabhavaha अपरब्रह्म विज्ञान क्रियाशक्ति द्वयात्मक हिरण्यगर्भांकुरः सर्व प्राणि लिंग भेद स्कंदः तृष्णा जलावसेक उद्भूत दर्पः बुद्धि इंद्रिय विषय प्रवाल अंकुरः श्रुति स्मृति न्याय विद्या उपदेश पलाशः यज्ञ दान तप आदि अनेक क्रिया सुपुष्पः सुख दुख वेदना अनेक रसः अनेक वेदना रसः देन पाप प्राणी उपजीवी अनंतफलः तृष्णा सलिलावसेक प्ररूढ़ जड़ी कृत दृढ़ बद्ध मूलः सत्यनामादि सप्तलोक ब्रह्मादि भूत पक्षिकृत नीडः प्राणि सुख दुख उद्भूत हर्ष शोक जात नृत्य गीत वादित्र श्वेलित आस्फोटित हसित आकृष्ट रुरित हा हा मुंच मुंच इत्यादि अनेक शब्द कृत तुमुलीभूत महारवः वेदांत विहित ब्रह्म आत्म दर्शन असंग शस्त्रकृत उच्छेदः एषः संसार वृक्षः अश्वत्थः अश्वत्थवत् काम कर्म अवता काम कर्म वात ईरित नित्य प्रचलित स्वभावः स्वर्ग नरक तिर्यक प्रेतादिभिः शाखाभिः अवाक्षाकः सनातनः अनादित्वात् चिरं प्रवृत्तः. See the reading out of it. Every word, if it is understood, entire samsara vriksha is understood. No, with this and with every mantra's bhashya. See how genius is Bhagavan Adi Shankara. How great, how sublime, how subtle must be his intellect. Oh, only in the divine experience is always that these type of expressions can come, not otherwise. Wow. And of this huge samsara vriksha, I am the Reriva Prerahita. I am the one because of whom it is there, other it is not there. See, imagine this thing with japa every day. Will we not come out of our krupanata? Have identity with some set of upadhi and some small little friends and enemies, and they are making so miserable, making me. बेटा रुलाता है, बहू रुलाते, पड़ोस रुलाते, सर्वेंट आया था टाइम पे वो रुलाता है. What a useless life we are living. Are we not going through that? Oh, the one who is Reriva of the entire Vruksha. Choice is ours. You want to become Reriva of the entire Vruksha, or you want to discover that self, or remain only in the cocooned life. 100 बार पढ़ के देखो इस मंत्र को, इस भाव से आएगा ना कि इंस्पिरेशन. Like this great Bhagat Singh, Shankar Chandrasekhar Azad, Subhash, when they give the inspirational lecture, Sarforoshi wale, will not the youth get inspired? We also are ready to give our life for this country. They are the writings of Bhaktas, Jnanis, Deshabhakta. This is a mantra like that. Like the patriotic person's personal patriotic experience expresses a slogan to inspire others. So to the Trishanku's experience of Atmanubhava is expressed as these slogans. When we listen, study, we also get inspired. That is called as Swadhyaya Arthaha Mantramnayaha. माया समझे थोड़ा थोड़ा घुस रहा है कि नहीं अंदर. If I have done study and literally explained to you and gone ahead, नहीं आता समझ में. इसलिए I am taking little time because Upanishad. एक बार तो जिंदगी में उपनिषदों को ध्यान से पढ़ना. Now by repetition of so many times, you have become familiar. This 10th Anuvaka is the Anubhava expressed in words of Trishanku. Now what is the 11th Anuvaka? Did I give you an introduction? No. Do you have an idea? No. Now you have an idea of this because you are given some explanation. So unknowingly we are educated. We are given knowledge. And when you know it, you become grateful. And in that, what is given is a mantra, Amnaya, for our Swadhyaya, all that is told by Adi Shankara. For what Swadhyaya is Atma Vishuddhyartham, that is for Vidya Utpatti, for the removal or nash of the Vidya, Avidya Kruta Samsara Nash. So finally, what Vedanta says, you are that Sachidananda Atma who is everywhere. You are not the Jiva identified by the Upadhi. You have the choices of both, and you have chosen this and suffering now. You choose that and get liberated. In the same way, I am the Vruksha of the Samsara. Okay. Second is what? Kirtihi Prushtam Girehiva. My greatness and glory is like as huge as a mountain. And Urdhva Pavitraha Amasmi, Vajniva Hamasmi, Dravinagam, Suvarchusam. तो ईच ऑफ द वर्ड व्हेन यू स्टडी द भाष्य पूरा बताकर फिर से 2-3 बार दोहराएंगे हम. यू कैन सी हाउ त्रिशंकु not in an excited manner like a patriotic person, but in his own deep experience of the Atma Anubhava, he just proclaiming himself to be. What experience he has got of his own essential self. That's why when you do the swadhyaya of this mantra called as japa, we really get inspired and do sadhana and reach to that experience. And हम भी अपना आवाज उनके आवाज के साथ मिलाते. Like all the patriotic songs, the one person starts, then others also उनके साथ आवाज मिलाते, फिर कदम में मिलाते, फिर हाथ में मिलाते और मिलके काम करते. Here also. So chant once and keep a target and chant as many times as possible this mantra. Aham vrukshasya kete prushtangireriva urdhva pavitro vajiniva swamrutamasmi dravinagam savarchasam sumeda amrutokshidah idittishankor vedanuvachanam. Itna hi hai chota. So tomorrow when you explain toward the end we chant it some 11 times or so. आज तो पूरा हुआ नहीं तो इसलिए कल ही पाठ करेंगे. थैंक यू. ओम 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 पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमर्षिभ्यो नमः. ब्रह्मणस्पतिमाता तत्सन्महार्पणमस्तु. Keep when you chant this mantra and first line you have understood, when you are doing this swadhyaya of that, keep these two words important. I am Reriva means Prerahita, means Antarya. Means what? I am that self which is supporting every aspect, but not disturbed by anything, not troubled by anything. So I am in my Deha supporting, but not troubled by the Deha and its qualities. I am in the Indriyas supporting them, not disturbed by them, influenced by them. So too Mana, Buddhi. So too I am in the house as a father or husband or head, yet not disturbed. I am in the society as a citizen, not disturbed. In this practice is called as Swadhyaya. It helps so much of, that unnecessary strong notions of getting cocooned in small these identities, all of that cut us under. That's how the power of this mantra. Okay, we'll see it. बहुत मजेदार मंत्र है.